Hi guys, it's Aaliyah. Let me just move this a little bit. Welcome back to my channel. So I'm doing, you know how sometimes you're working on a project and you get this idea for something else, and even though you're in the middle of a current project, you start another project, and it happens to me all the time, and that's why I think a lot of the time stuff I start doesn't get finished. But you know, I'm working on the Rooster and Chicken journal. I still actually have it right here, which is a good sign because I'm doing the ephemera right now, and then it's basically done. But last night, actually not even last night, I think it was this morning, as I was working, I looked up at my desk because I usually put my laptop here when I have to, work. And above there, I have this little journal here that I made. And I had made a bunch of these a while back. And this is the last one I had left. And I kept this one because it's just really cute and I didn't want to give it away. But the idea came to me because you know when you're doing a project and you have to cut down some pages and you always have these strips of paper left over, I decided not to throw them away. I decided to make journals with them. Small journals, but journals nonetheless. So what I did was I took all my leftover scraps, as you can see. See, they're just regular coffee dyed scraps. Cut them all to pretty much the same size. I added some music paper right in the beginning, and then I turned it into a little journal. And then these little, I don't know, embellishments, I made this. I actually followed a tutorial, and this was a while ago. I believe it was from Bonnie and Clive, where she showed how to do this. And it's actually really, really easy to do. All these little bits and pieces are kind of like leftover stuff. You know, when you're cutting a ribbon down, you always have those little pieces left over. What you do is kind of basically stack them on top of each other to form a flower. And then you just use some thread. I used embroidery thread. And so, I don't know if you can see it on this side. Or maybe not because I have the Velcro there. But basically, you're just sewing the button on, and it just happens to be onto a cluster of little ribbon strips. Let me hold it a little closer so you can see, maybe. See? So when I was looking at this, I was like, I really want to make more. So that's what I did. So I have 4 that I'm working on right now. Here's 3, and this is the one that I'm doing. But I thought I would just kind of walk you through the process of, this is not a tutorial. It's kind of a craft with me, but I'm just kind of showing you what I'm doing. So let me just, oh gosh, I have my bills. Let me get the fabric. So I have everything already cut down to size. Now, I did something different. I have all this paper. It's almost like a rag paper. Like it doesn't feel like, almost like a mulberry paper. It's that same sort of texture. And I mean, I have tons and tons of it. I got it in an estate sale. So what I did was I cut it down to the same size that I wanted. Now, granted, you can make it yours any size. I happen to like smaller things, so I tend to make things smaller to scale. And then I also used book paper instead of music paper for that. And then we have the cover. And so what I'm going to do is I am going to first, I'm going to wrap my cover. You know, this is the way I do it. I put the sides up, kind of fold it in, and then I also cut a piece to go on the inside. But let me see. And oh, excuse my reach. I should have gotten this out earlier, but I didn't. I hope some of these glue sticks are still working. I think so. And I just like to use glue sticks to hold the material semi in place until I'm ready to sew. Because I do sew around the edges. Oh, you know what? Normally I don't do it like this, but I saw all that glue kind of stuck there, so I wanted to sort of not have it so globby right in the middle. Okay, and of course I just kind of eyeball it to the middle. And that's a good enough middle for me. Okay, and then I like to use my Fabri-Tac for to glue this in, because I really want a kind of like a strong hold here. I mean, I know we're going to sew it, but I wanted to sort of have a good strong foundation. Is that the word I'm looking for? I don't know. Do these have foundations? I'm not even sure. Let's see. And the sun finally came out today. I was so excited, sitting at my desk here working all day, looking out the window at the sun, because it's been very gloomy the last few days. Rainy, sort of dark, chilly, but not today. Today is bright and sunny out, and oh, I love it. Well, I love to look at it, but there's really nowhere to go. Though you really shouldn't be going outside anyway, unless absolutely necessary. Of course, you could go into your yard. I'm not saying you can't go, but, you know, you really should try to stay home. That's what they want us to do. They're not forcing us, but they're suggesting it, which I completely understand too. I was reading something online, and of course, you know, when you read stuff online, I don't know if it's real or not. I mean, I saw videos, I saw pictures, but, you know, I mean, it's the internet. You can't always believe everything. But the two things that I did share, and it kind of, it kind of gave me a little bit of a chuckle. I mean, this is a serious situation, but I did have to chuckle a little bit. And I'm sorry if it does offend anybody that I did chuckle at this. But I saw these two articles. And one of the articles, it was video in Russia. And they have the quarantine, and to make sure that people didn't come outside of their houses, they let loose lions and tigers, or lions and stuff, in the street, so that way people will stay off the streets. Now, you know, it does sound a little far-fetched, but it did give me kind of like, you know... it was an interesting story. So again, I don't know if it's true or not, but it did make me laugh. And then there was another one, and this was, I believe, in India, where they were saying, you know, obviously people not to go out unless, you know, you have to, like if it's an emergency or something, and people that were just kind of out, you know, around, the police would pull them over and were whacking them with these big bamboo sticks. So again, I don't know if that's real or not, but the way in the video it showed, it was a little bit, you know, it did give me a laugh. And, you know, I do apologize if it does offend somebody, but right now I try to find the humor in everything. That's all you can do. You know, stay positive. You know, and just keep moving forward. Try to adhere to what your state or your city is suggesting, and you know, we'll have to get through this. Oh goodness. So yeah, so I don't know what, I was just about to say something, and then I started gluing, and I started concentrating, and I lost my train of thought. I don't know if that happens to other people, but it happens to me all the time. I lose my train of thought quite often. And I know that if you've watched other of my videos, you've seen me do this, I don't know, lots and lots of times. This is just how I wrap a cover with fabric. But, I mean, it doesn't take that long, and then I just want to kind of show you what I'm doing, you know? Just kind of share my experiences, because these are so fun and quick and easy to put together, because they're not embellished or anything, but they'd make really cute gifts, like Christmas time, like little stocking stuffers, things like that. I like them because they're just small and fun. So let's see how this looks so far. So far so good. And this, I love this fabric. I actually got it at Walmart. I don't know if they have any more. I got it a while back, but it's really neat looking. All right, and now we're gonna put this on, but I think I'm gonna cut it down just a tad. Oops, I want to put this back on. I don't want that to dry out. Where's my paper trimmer? So I think just a little tiny bits. Maybe that's too much. Let's see. Let's try that. Sometimes the glare is hard to see. I think that's okay. And you know what? Maybe even a tiny bit more. Let's do a tiny bit more. All right, now let's see how this looks. I think, yep, I think that is pretty close to perfect. Am I even in camera? No. So see how I have just a little tad bit of a border all the way around? That's what I want, because I'm going to sew it anyways, so I don't have to worry. All right, now let's get this sewn down. And again, I am going to sew it, so the glue is there kind of just to hold it in place, you know. And it also keeps it, because you know you only sew around the edges anyway, so it does keep it from coming up and just holding it stronger. Okay. And let's do this side. Okie dokes. All right, I'm just going to hold that there just for a moment. And actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop the video here because I want to let the glue dry. And then after it dries, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to sew around the edge, the outside edge, just like this one. And then I will be back. So in my next video, I'll show you how I do the, well, we'll sew in the signature, and then I kind of remember how. I mean, it can't be that hard. We'll try to figure out this. The, oh, you know what I just realized too? This was sewn on first before this was put down. Oh. Well, that might be a little bit of a problem. Or not so much. Okay, good. Hasn't dried yet. So, woo, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start over. So, let me stop the video here and let me kind of sort of clean this up and get the little strap ready to go. So, hold tight. I'll be back in another video. And thanks for watching. Bye.